Beach FM, locals talking to locals.
Mr. Fix-It, the Mayor of the Horowhenua, Bernie Wanden. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Yeah, good morning, John.
Great to talk to you. Did you catch the car show at Shannon? I'm told it was a beauty.
I did catch the car show at Shannon. It was a fantastic event. It's the first time that I've ever had major traffic problems in Shannon. It took me half an hour to get from the Domain to the Buckley Golf Course.
Yes, indeed, because it used to be in the Domain, didn't it? And it got too big. It had to bust out.
Yes. No, it was a wonderful day.
Great.
Beautiful setting and some fantastic cars and a great sort of effort by the Shannon Progressive Association and all the volunteers that organised the day. It was a really cool day.
Shannon is a surprisingly progressive area, isn't it? I mean, it's easy to underestimate it. You can drive through in a couple of minutes, and it's a shame if you don't stop.
It is. Look, there's a lot of good things happening in Shannon. And I think it's another reflection of those smaller communities that band together when something is on and really make it happen.
Indeed. So that's a super place. And you also had, was it the Solway Park you're at over the weekend?
So Solway Park.
The Solway Park.
Is over the Taitoko area, where we have created this sort of playground pump track. It's got a toilet, it's got some barbecue facilities. But it's a fantastic venue for the neighbourhood to get together, play safely, learn some skills on the pump track and things like that.
Great.
So this has been a combination of the police, the Horowhenua District Council and the community over from that area who have combined to create this park, which is just a fantastic venue for the local community.
Excellent. And so that is, once again, it's a matter of various elements within the community getting together. In fact, the more they merge together, the more you can't tell where the seams begin, the better it is, I imagine.
Very much so. And look, the police have fantastically been involved in this for some years now. And the effects and the impacts that we're seeing of having infrastructure like this has been a really good, solid outcome for this community as well. Look, we're not getting any graffiti, we're not getting any vandalism because the community have real ownership of that park.
Yep. And
it's been a wonderful asset. And the police are actually put it forward for a national award because of the impacts that it has had on the community.
Great stuff. Excellent to see. And you must be puffing out your chest just a little bit because of the Performing Arts Awards where the locals did very nicely.
They certainly did. And it's just another example of how the talent and capability within the district comes to the fore. So the Little Theatre in Foxton received a number of awards, and this is right through the central region. And also the Levin Operatic Society was given best musical for the year as well. So, look, a fantastic result and a really recognition of the effort and the commitment that those people make.
And bless them for it, because it certainly enriches the community. However, a lot of your work is more prosaic stuff, and I see that the water pipe renewals in Oxford Street, they're starting, I imagine, tomorrow evening. I imagine it's done in the dark. But this really is the real grist of local government, this sort of work, isn't it?
It certainly is. And look, over the years, we've had the odd water pipe burst in Oxford Street. So, we have to ensure that we are making, a decent infrastructure available to the people of the community. I mean, I would hate to be in the situation of the Mayor of Wellington at the moment with the issues that they're having with wastewater and water. We're fortunate here that we ensure that, I suppose, that we are providing a good service in that space.
Yes, the Wellington situation is very interesting. I was listening to the Mayor of Wellington, Andy Foster, and he was saying that a third of their money goes on water one way or another, and it's going to have to be more given what's happening down there. A very significant investment, isn't it? Well,
the basic requirements of a council are to provide water, to deal with wastewater, to deal with stormwater, to look after rubbish. But they are expensive to operate. The requirements of growth the requirements of actually just doing business as usual don't get any cheaper or easier as time goes on.
Indeed. And I imagine that the pipes, like everything else, wear out. I imagine in Wellington that the earthquakes are a particular issue because with the movement of the soil, it's easy to imagine that the pipes are damaged. But they also age, I would imagine, as well.
Well, they do, and what you put into the ground 50 or 60 years ago may not be the sort of pipe that you should be doing nowadays.
Yes.
And look, we do expect our pipes to last longer nowadays because they are better quality and stuff like that. But the reality is that over the years they have been damaged. What people put down the pipes sometimes is not the best for them.
Yes.
And so, we have leaks, we have breakages, so we have to make sure that they are mended and repaired.
And what about the new people coming into town? Obviously, there's more pressure. Do we have enough of the infrastructure to cope with the increase in population?
Look, that's one of the things we're going to struggle with over the next few years, I suppose, with the growth that we're happening. The areas that we are expecting the growth, while there is infrastructure nearby, it will have to be increased. The other big issue for us will be longer years ahead will be just the ability to be able to provide water and all those sorts of things, and where we're going to put it.
Indeed. I'm sure you're aware of the conversation that was held in the Kapiti Coast District Council area about having a water rate. And, of course, people said, well, water is free. It comes from the sky. It falls down. We don't have to pay for it. But we do have to pay for the pipes and the pumps, don't we?
We certainly do. Look, I mean, a lot of areas do have water meters, like Kapiti and Auckland, where you pay a separate rate for your water use. And water is a very valuable commodity that we should respect and just not take for granted. And we need to make sure that, we're not wasting it. But by the same token, we probably only use about 2 or 3% of the actual amount of water that either flows down the Ohau River or falls from the sky.
So you have no appetite for water meters in the Horowhenua, Bernie?
Not yet, no. I think the reality is that we are still okay, but we do have to make sure that in the future we probably need to offer that as a alternative to what we are doing now.
Bernie, I thank you for joining us. It's been a pleasure once again. Bernie Wanden, Mayor of the Horowhenua. Thank you.
Thanks, John.
106.3 Beach FM.